And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I have to disclose this before we really get into it. My good camera, my good one there. We got a new Black Magic box, and it was working just fine until 5 minutes before showtime. And now it's not working at all. So it was either we do it from a nice close up, old school kind of thing. He's the guy, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Bell there. We either do it that way or we don't do it at all. So I felt like talking tonight. So we're going to go ahead and do it. We're just going to go ahead and do it like this. But maybe we should change it up, Bill. Maybe I should change it up a little bit here. Maybe that's it. I'm talking too loud. And I'd love to know if my audio is in sync. We pulled this all apart and put it all together. I didn't get to fully test everything, so I'm sorry about that. But I have to say, uh, the podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We do not slow down, not out here. We do not let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Bell. So give it up for Bell. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm dying now. That's probably one of the worst accents I've ever heard.
Lady, I would take that real personal, but I'm not going to because I absolutely nailed it. All right, I'm owning this. I've been all over the place. That's believe it or not, that's my shitty Matthew McConaughey impression. All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the podcast. See what I love about these podcasters, man. What I love is that I get older and they just stay the same. That's the greatest pedophile that ever exists
Wow.
on a movie scene at any one time. Was easily the one, only the original Matthew McConaughey. So yeah, this sucks, guys. I'm sorry. Look, here's the big screen. All right, look, everything else works except that damn camera, and that's what you get for trying to up the game. I don't know why we keep doing this. You know, we work for tips. We work for tips, and I gotta ask the two or three people watching, when's the last time you guys tipped the bell? It's been a hot minute. So yeah, the idea of throwing more money into this is just absolutely stupid considering market conditions. But I'm very hopeful about products that we are personally building, products that we are personally using, in the way that the market is going to force people to shift. So I'm more confident about that now than I have been, and I get it, man. Look, everything's now. I'm not here to rah rah. Me and Bell are in the absolute worst position that anybody could possibly be out here in Web3 from the you know social side. We do not get paid to do this at all. All we do is talk about the things that we like, the tokens that we like, the things that we're doing, and we have to eat shit when the entire market blows up. It comes to us. I get negative comments, negative emails. You wouldn't believe the shit that we have to deal with, and we have to deal with this for free. So we nobody could be in a worse position than we are, but yet we continue to do it. We continue to go out. We continue to present ourselves. We continue to make asses out of ourselves day after day after day, and we do it for zero compensation. So yeah, again, the idea of dropping more money into this is just absolutely ridiculous. But we keep doing it anyway because if I'm gonna spend my time, I want to spend it well. Did we get any comments, Bell? Is the audio at least synced up? When I say the words on the screen, does it show up over there?
No
Because
one no one is complaining about your volume and your volume being out of sync. Now, Brownsburg did drop the comment that you sounded like the megachurch guy, Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen, you know what? Round of applause. Round of applause for that, brother. If you emulate the legends, babe. I'm just saying, whether I agree or disagree with what he's doing, you cannot doubt the effectiveness of what he is doing. And honestly, man, that's a Web3 crisis out here. That's what's kind of driven us into this position. Instead of just embracing what works and making it better, we decided we have to create something brand new and then invite TradFi in here to just absolutely decimate it. That's what we did. It's on us. Nobody else is responsible for this but us. So we kind of just have to deal with it. Now, Jackal, that's it. It's on my hat. You guys know I'm a huge Jackal supporter because I'm a big fan of privacy. But we're not going to start with that. We're actually going to start with Canada today, Bell. I didn't think I would, but I was talking with Robo on it a little bit
Mhm.
this morning. It is a perfect illustration of how people will do nothing but double down on stupid over and over and over. It doesn't matter. To make a point, to make themselves feel good, they will absolutely cut off their nose to spite their face, and Canada just did it. The Conservative Party was basically drummed up because our homeboy up there screwed things up so badly that he was literally forced to resign and call a special election to find his replacement. And they found somebody more liberal than he is. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, cutting off your nose to spite your face. They're doing this because they don't like Trump. That's all it is. They did this because they don't like Trump. They literally found somebody who was more liberal and they invited more of that in. The whole reason that they had the special election is because they had too much of this bullshit. But it's not enough for them. They need more and more and more of it. And that's like it's a perfect indication of the entire world right now, man. People would rather live in absolute misery and poverty and just pure destruction and fear, crime ridden, absolutely just massacred to the point where you can't even call home home anymore. They would rather live in that and feel good about their voting decision as opposed to simply voting for a little bit of change. That's too much for them, man. They can't, they want more of this. They want more DEI. They want more immigration. They want more stricter controls on travel, on everything. That's what they want. They want more dystopianism in their lives regardless of what it does to them, regardless of what it does to their families, their friends, their associates, their children, just so that they can say, I voted against Trump. That's it. That's all that thing came down to. And how the Conservative Party could lose that election is beyond shocking to me. All, dude, all you had to do was say, we're going to get back to some core values here. We're going to get back to some Canadian values. We're going to do all of this stuff. But you couldn't do that. No, you had to go to war with Trump, same as everybody else. Canada first. You had to go militant, and look what happened to you. So yeah, it's absolutely brutal, man, and it doesn't shock me anymore. That's the funny thing, though. None of it shocks me. People will double down on stupid over and over and over and say this time it'll be different. We are one gener. I used to say this regularly, Bill, and you know it. We're one generation away from pure, unadulterated communism. But I think we are that generation. That's the funny thing, Bill. I think we are that generation. It happened. It happened right in front of you. Even though we have guns, even though we have the illusion of freedom, the illusion of privacy, the illusion of all of these things, that's all it is an illusion. All we have is what the government allows us to have, and we voted for it. We were cool with it. We said, yes, let's do that. I will give up liberty for security. And when you give up liberty for security, you lose both and you gain neither. That's all it is, and that's what Canada just did last night. You can't now come back and say, "Oh, we changed our mind. We want to call for another special election. Things are too bad." Did you see the crime stats? The crime stats out of Canada, they're shocking, absolutely shocking. I mean, they're almost as bad as America, and these are and this is Canada. So it doesn't matter how many times something fails. We just didn't go hard enough. That's the answer. DEI, they didn't have enough DEI. They didn't have enough immigration. They didn't have enough population control. They didn't have enough of any of these things. And this guy's going to make sure that we get even more of it. And when we get more of it, when we get complete authoritarianism, top-down control of every aspect of your life, when you have ceded every decision that you could possibly make as a human being over to your government, now everything will be fine, Bell. Now it's all going to work out. That's what we have here. And again, guys, look, man, I am sorry about the camera here. I really wanted this out. I wanted to because I wanted to be throwing my arms up and all that on the big screen and see Bell's reaction, but we didn't get that. So what's that going to mean for the U.S.? Let's think about that for a second. Let's entertain this. I'll get to crypto. All right, I'll get to it, man. I already got this stuff wired up. What's this going to mean? Canada is importing an awful lot of people from, let's just say, Middle Eastern descent. That is now rolling and rolling, rolling into Canada. Now, I would have no problem with that, except we kind of share a border with Canada. And our border with Canada has been soft for a very, very long time because Canada wasn't a problem. Strong ally. They mind their business. We mind our business. Everything's cool. So that we can focus on the southern border where we know that that has been rolling up in the tens of 20s of 30s of millions of people that are just pouring across it. So we had no issue. Go ahead, Canada. You guys do you. You're, our Canadian brethren to the north and everything's cool. But now you basically have a big old wide open border all the way across the northern United States, any part that it's touching Canada, and they are importing millions and millions and millions of people that don't really care for us, don't really care for Canada, have no desire to integrate, come over there, set up their own little communities under their Sharia system, literally ban their women from learning English. Because why would you need English if you're speaking in an English, if you're living in an English speaking world? I've been holding this in for a really, really long time, guys. I just wanted to get this out. I personally don't care. Look, man, if that border is rock solid, nobody can come in unless we give them big old thumbs up. If the northern border is rock solid, then Canada, you do you, bro. All right. You want to import everybody, go for it. You want to take everything from there, bring it to here so that here becomes there. If that's your goal, you're well on your way, man. And you know what? Go with God. I don't care. I don't live there. I have no qualms or issues with anything. How you guys govern, it's completely up to you. But if you're bringing these millions and millions of people that simply do not like America very much, and you are there one step away from being Canada, U.S., one step away from being over into here, then now I kind of have an issue with it. So there's nothing we can do. There's nothing I can do if Trump ratchets up the border security up in the north, and the Democrats and Bernie and AOC, everybody are going to be going absolutely batshit nuts, trolling the country again, telling us how borders are bad, we need to be open borders, fences don't work, yeah, yeah, yeah. It just gives them more ammo to sit up here and campaign for another couple of years because the campaign for the next election already started. Trump hit 100 days, but the campaign for the next president of the U.S. that's already started, and they're going to be able to wine and dine, fly on private jets, eat really good food, and spin people up for the next 3 years and 250 days until the next election. That's what they're going to do. So it's almost a Kobayashi Maru at this point. There is no effective way to win this, but it just blows my mind that things were so bad that you demanded the resignation of Trudeau. They were so bad that you demanded a special election. They were so bad that you were willing, you gave up everything. You said, you know what, it ain't working. This is our Canadian revolution, and we want a new PM. It was so bad that all of that happened, and you elected somebody worse. So apparently, I am kind of right on that. You believe that they're correct, you believe that it'll work, but you need to go harder. Now, personally, the Conservative Party, they need to start applying for U.S. citizenship. And look, these two things are not going to work. All right, they're not going to work together. And I know as much of Canada is extremely conservative as it is extremely liberal. But we can keep playing this. We can keep playing the voting game. We can keep playing all of this stuff, or you can just take action. If you work hard, you pay your taxes and want to be left the hell alone, the U.S. is open for business as long as you have the skills to do it by yourself. As long as you can make your own living, set up your own business, set up your own manifest, set up your own franchise, just provide for yourself. Doctor, lawyer, with keep the lawyers. We don't want any more lawyers, though. I don't want any more lawyers. But keep all that. Yeah, if you do, man, look, the U.S. is open for business. And for every, and for today only, Bell, for every conservative Canadian that comes into that immigrates immigrates to the United States, we will give you a Democrat. All right, so you bring one in, you give us a conservative, we'll give you a Democrat. They're going to be happier up there. Everything that they've been advocating for since Woodrow Wilson, everything they've been advocating for now exists up north. So we'll just swap you. You give us your conservative, we'll give you a Democrat. They're going to be thrilled up there. It has everything they want. It has DEI. It has a very oppressive government, but it gives you free health care. That's all they want. So it's up there. Go and get it. We'll take the conservatives, you take the Democrats, and we'll just kind of see how this works out. Anyway, that was not to be my monologue, Bell, but it sure seemed to turn into it. We'll get to the crypto, guys. I need to get that out. All right, look, I ignore the news, but I just don't report on it, but I'm aware of it. So if everybody else out here in the world is allowed to have their free speech, so am I. That's mine. Now, questions, comments, concerns,
All right.
observations. Please go.
So Ambido is chiming in saying, okay, I feel like the mic by Scott's mouth isn't the mic we're hearing. The mic just sounds like it's not right beside him, like speakerphone or something.
Uh, maybe. Keep talking, Bell. Let me see where I'm set up at here.
But yeah, maybe the post processing is just wonky tonight. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's find out how we're set up. Properties. Keep going, Bell. You got to
All
talk
right.
on me. I can't do it on this one.
Red-eyed bear was also saying, okay, yeah, it sounds like it's further away than it looks.
Okay, that ain't right then, because I was killing that. I was killing. Keep talking, hon. I'll get there.
All right, so so Ambido says really disappointed with Canada, and the longer this goes on, the larger the liberal voter base becomes. Why would people vote against being paid to come here?
I can't answer that. Okay, how's that, Bell? Is that a better sound check? Test. One,
I'm
two, one,
hearing
two.
I'm hearing you a bit clearer.
Okay, a bit clear or very clear?
You're a
You,
bit clearer.
okay, we'll wait for the audience reaction on that one. All right, keep going, Bell.
Ambido also says Canada would be pretty screwed without its conservative provinces.
Yeah, but it's they're okay. They would rather watch it all burn. They guys, is this better? Is this what coming across, man? I'm a little bit bummed about all of this, by the way. I was shooting videos inside today. I was hitting everything inside instead of doing it outside. So that's my bad. Is this better? Can you hear me now? Is it clear? Is my microphone bouncing over there on the line? Let me take a look. This might not be it, Bell. I think it is.
And Monero De Niro was saying, you're in mono.
I am in mono, or did I lose a microphone cable here?
Okay.
Keep talking,
G
Mel. I'll
Tor
find it,
G Torres was saying, okay, a bit clearer on Scott's voice.
but not quite there. I hear you. Hang on, I'm looking. Go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, I mean, oh, this just yeah, not a great move on the part of Canada. I mean, not great.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm actually in favor of yeah, having Canadian conservatives come down here and yeah, sending them yeah, sending
Oh,
them other
yeah.
people.
No, like I said, I'll swap each and every one of them. They go they go up there. We'll come down here and everything's fine. Test. 1 2 1 2. Test. 1 2 1 2. Is that working, or am I still talking through that other black magic box, Bell? And I'm sure that's the reason that this is completely gaped.
All
So
right. Red-eyed bear. Also curious on your guys' take on the recent XMR surge this week. If you have the time tonight.
I do, Bell, but I got to get this fixed. So you go ahead and answer that one. I know what happened. So yeah, if they would like, go ahead. I'm looking for something right on here.
Yay for ironing out issues in production.
Oh God, this is madness. I don't know if we got it yet though, Bell. How does it sound? Because I was doing good and I was being funny and now I bricked it.
You
So
were
I'm
you were actually being funny.
yeah, and I was, but if this didn't work out, what's the point?
You know what? Just give yourself funny credit.
Okay, I'll give myself. That's why nobody cared. I was doing a really good Matthew McConaughey in there. I was nailing it, Bell. I don't care what you say. I got to make sure that the right cord is plugged into the right place, and it does seem to be. So we're just going to kind of have to hope for the best on this
All
one.
right. So G
If
Torres
it's
was
bad
just
audio, it's bad audio. I'm sorry.
there you go. All right. G Torres chiming in saying Scott audio is good. So
All right,
yeah.
good enough. All right, XMR. So this is scuttlebutt. I don't know for an absolute fact, but it seems very reasonable to me because people were tracking wallets. You know, we have really good security out here. We have effectively no privacy. So a wallet address can be tracked anywhere. Doesn't matter. So apparently somebody lost or was hacked or was socially engineered out of like 3,300 Bitcoin. And what they did is they started farming it out on different exchanges, and they were swapping it for XMR. Now, why you would swap it for XMR, I have no idea. The slippage on all this stuff was in the seven figures worth of slippage. But if you stole it, it was like $350 million worth of Bitcoin. And if you steal it, slippage really doesn't matter. It's not terribly important anymore. So that seems to be what happened, and or at least that's. And what's funny to me is how quickly people are dismissing this. They're just kind of blowing it off. They're saying, yeah, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. That completely fell off the radar, and it fell off the radar really, really fast. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I wonder if, yeah, the camera still ain't back up. That ain't coming back. We're kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck with that. But I see what happened. I at least have an idea of what happened. This is what happens when we break everything apart, Bell, and we expect to take it right out the gate. All right, one more, and I'm going to play whatever song is next, Bell. I don't know what it is.
All right, Political. Scott, maybe you need a good UPS system to help stabilize the audio issues.
It ain't audio, man. It's we pulled everything apart because we had a thing this weekend, and we pulled everything apart. And when I reassembled it, obviously I have something in the wrong place, or the computer simply didn't like it. And Jeff, you have to see our setup to understand how much stuff is running through this laptop. Now it's a strong laptop. I mean, this I know it's Alienware just because that had all the specs of everything that I was looking for. I'm not like an Alienware fan or anything like that, but the computer itself is strong. i13, latest generation, just so much RAM that it makes it a little bit hateful. But for some reason, when we pull it apart, man, we still run into these USB issues, like you seem to when you were overloading something, and we are overloading something. So yeah, that's it. Again, guys, I'm going to ask one more time: is the sound okay? Because this bothers me, man. Look, we like to think that we have a good production, but the most important thing to me is the sound quality, because not everybody watches it. We get some of our folks just listen to it. So I want to make sure that the sound quality is at least good. And you know why, Bill? Because maybe we'll get a brand new viewer tonight. Huh? We won't. We're not going to. Crypto Twitter is dead. Everything out here is dead, even though there's a couple of new things that I'm excited about, which I will tell you about. So, okay. Anyway, if you guys could, I hope this works. Nothing else is right now, so maybe this will. I'm going to play the next song. Get in your questions, comments, concerns, observations. We're going to save the last 20 minutes of the show to talk about anything that you guys want to talk about. Not what I want to talk about, not what interests me, but what interests you, because we are here for you. We want to talk with you, not at you. So, and that being the case, I want to talk about what you want to talk about. So the last 20 minutes of the show is completely up to you guys. If we get no input whatsoever, we'll call it early. How about that, Bell? That's fun. We don't get to do that too much either. Anyway, stand by, please. I don't know if anything's going to work.
You know what? We
I'm,
can we can talk about our weekend when we come back if anybody wants to hear it. We had a fun one.
I don't even know anymore. I don't know what people want to hear. If I did, we'd certainly have more people in the audience. Anyway, if you guys could please, a couple minutes. We'll be right back here on the KPO on the podcast on the KPOD network. Please stand by.
That's that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I think I found it. I think I found the issue, and I found the issue with the video, Bell. Why this channel, the main screen with all the studio is bricked, because
Okay.
somehow the computer decided that my $1,200 Blackmagic SDI interface box was actually a shotgun microphone and not a good one. So everything that you guys were hearing me talk for 20 minutes was
it was the camera picking up your audio.
yeah. So
Oh.
I don't have shotgun mics on the cameras. We go a different way, and because I have this wrap so many different ways, voice meter, banana, Ableton, using it as a DAW, virtual aux cables, and all that stuff. As soon as it throws off the default, then everything bricks, and it's going to grab the very first thing that it can grab, and in this case, it's going to be the Blackmagic. So I apologize for that. I had such a good Canada ramp, Bell. That was killing it. And I can get the camera back like right now, but we have to stop the stream and restart it. And I'm just not going to do that. So you kind of get what you get. All right, Bell. Questions, comments, concerns, observations. Please go.
All right. And the biz actually chimed in asking this question twice. Meme coins on BNB chain any good? And then he rephrased and asked, memes on Binance chain any good?
Binance is kind of shedding a lot of dead weight. You guys got to understand what the point of a central exchange is. For some reason, we think it's to bring visibility to our coins, tokens, projects, all that other good stuff. The purpose of a central exchange is to make money for the central exchange. It is, in fact, a business. So they're all about transactions. You guys remember Solana not too long ago during the meme frenzy? Solana went through the roof because everybody was using Solana as gas. So they were just churning transactions. Solana themselves, they don't give a shit about the meme coins. It doesn't matter to them. Nobody out here really gives a damn about the meme coins. It doesn't matter to them. It's a get rich quick kind of scheme. And Binance is starting to shed weight. Because I don't know if you guys are noticing, but we are in an extractive phase of crypto right now. Anybody who is holding anything of little or no real practical utility type of worth, they're all taking their cash out. They're all just running. They're done. All right. It was great. It was fun. We'll wait till the next thing, and then we'll load back up again. And unfortunately, the next thing hasn't gotten there. Meanwhile, central exchanges like BNB and all this other stuff, they're paying market makers. They're laying out lots and lots of money to list these tokens, and the mood is gone, man. The frenzy is over. The whole meme coin thing, it was a cycle, and now it's over. So they're kind of parting ways with all of these things. There's not a single meme coin I would ever recommend. I mean, ever. With the exception of Power Bottom. Bell, you'd like that? There you go. Power Bottom, because I control the complete and total supply of Power Bottom. So
which means no rugging.
Which means it can't be, because I'm the one who controls the supply. But even at that, stay away, man. It's a meme coin. It has no particular worth. But that's kind of universal in crypto. So we created this crazy frenzy get rich quick scheme, and the only people who got rich were insiders. It's typical. This is what happens out here when you're existing in an esoteric space like this. So even Binance, even Coinbase, even all these other people, they have costs that come along with these meme coins. Nobody's buying them, so they're going to clear out. And that's exactly what's happening right now, is just people are clearing out. So there's nothing in particular that I would recommend over there. As I would never recommend a meme coin anyway. But yeah, there's, it's not the death of crypto by any means, but it is definitely a recalibration. And the people who talk the loudest out here tend to know the least. And if they're talking about meme coins, man, look, dude, they're not doing it for you. They're not doing it. It's no, we're going to build a community and it's going to be great. You will get bent over by said community, by the leaders of this community. It's practically, Bell, and this is great. This is why the big camera would be nice, because I'm over here talking to Bell because I can see her on the monitor. It's practically... It's practically communism at this point. Let me elaborate. Communism is great if you're the one who's running it. Socialism is great if you're the one who's running it. But communism is never for the communist, and socialism is never for the socialist. It's for the people. They're smarter than you. Therefore, they need to get all the perks, all the benefits, all the bonuses that come along with that, including taking all of your money. But you got to participate, and that seems to be good enough. That's our crypto version of this shit. Is these meme coins. And aside from the occasional anecdotal story, man, the only people that got richer are the guys that made them. Everybody else got just absolutely bent over, up and down the board, left and right. Welcome to the world. Bell, please carry on.
All right. So, Pax Banter, after I brought up, we had fun this weekend, he says, fun? Let's hear it.
Well, go ahead, Bell. It's the Bell show now. Go ahead. Take it away, Ann.
No. It's still our show. But someone, and I don't know who that might be, is apparently starting an anti-elf league at Renaissance fairs.
Yeah, that was fun. we were out and about making merry and putting on costumes and enjoying ourselves. And there's one thing that I absolutely adore about Ren fairs is that you can be anything there. It doesn't matter, man. Look, you have goblins, you have elves, you have fairies. I like the fairies. Everybody likes the fairies, by the way, because those are the girls that will they don't know the word no. So yeah, that's good times. But literally, stormtroopers could be walking through it, and everybody's like saluting the stormtroopers. Darth Vader, it doesn't matter.
We don't have to worry about the stormtroopers much. They can't hit what they're aiming.
There's that. Yeah, their guns are ineffective to say the least. But yeah, we were out there, and I was like, there's so many people with those little elves' ears, those little things stepped on their ears. So I'm the founding member of the anti-elf league. So if anybody's interested in this, because you got to stay away from them, man. Because if elves come to your house, dude, your trash cans are knocked over, the cat is pregnant. You know when an elf's been visiting. That's what I'm saying. So between the anti-elf league and the Goblin Suppression Society, I had fun. And that's things have to be fun, and I was being negative Nancy at that whole thing. I was having a ball. So anyway, yes, that was kind of
so was everyone else, even though they were.
That was kind of our weekend, man. But go ahead, Belle. Finish up or carry on. It's the Belle Show.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really not. It's our show. But anyway, so. Yeah, Scott's up there. He is playing Duke Christoph, and Duke Christoph has this thing with elves. Well, meanwhile, myself and I'm playing Duchess Amalia. Our Queen Catherine, our storyteller Floki, and Lady Anna, they are all doubled over, bent over in half, dying because he keeps going on about the elves every time they walked into our tent.
And there were a lot of elves, man. I don't understand the appeal to that. All right, look, elves are gay. G-A-G-Y, gay. I've seen Lord of the Rings. You know what's funny about it, Belle? And I've talked about this before, but do you know why an elf is an elf? Because J.R.R. Tolkien said this is what an elf is. Why an orc is an orc. Why a goblin is a goblin. Why all these. J.R.R. Tolkien said this is what they are. And we just kind of accept it. I love that power. I want that power to be able to make shit up. So, yeah, we're kind of spinning off. We're branching off. We're going to be doing yet another thing because we got a big studio. So why not take advantage of the big studio and do what you want to do? Anyway, yeah, that's what we did. Carry on, Belle.
We don't. We've got one more comment, and then they're kind of petering off for tonight. Anyway, G Torres saying a password manager that works across iPhone, Mac, Android, etc. would be awesome.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that would be awesome. And here's the funny thing, man. Look, when we started building Sigya, we decided that it's going to be this way because I went to Dropbox and I read reviews, because I went to all of these different little cloud mobile apps and I just read the reviews. And I said, what don't people like about these things? So all we did was come around and build that. We just built what people don't like about the current products and said, okay, well, we're a solution for those. This is the funny thing is that this is easy, man. Crypto Web3, not easy to do, but easy to find product market fit. Is just find shit that people don't like or what people are asking for and build that. It's not that hard. Just build that. But crypto likes to shoot itself in the foot, man. We like to go out of our way and say, we're going to build a solution and then we're going to go out there and find a problem. And it just doesn't work like that in business. You have to identify the problem and then build a solution for it. For some reason, we kind of tiptoe around that. Now, plenty of people are, but crypto has such a stigma now, and with the meme coins and all this other shit that people put onto it, that we've created a market that has very little to do with the actual tech and the capabilities of what you can do with blockchain technology. Now, one of them that I'm interested in, and I was chatting it up with them a little bit today, Belle, believe it or not, is Plank. I want to support anything that is tied up with Astrovault. Astrovault is my DEX of choice. It's the only one that I use. And the reason that I use it is because they are hosting the products that I believe will shape the future. They're Jackal, Plank of all things, but they are actually hosting and partnered up with the things that I think are going to shape the future. Now, Plank, talking with them, their new thing, check this out, Jeff, you're going to like this one, man. So their new thing that they're kind of all in on, because they're a mobile centric chain, and I believe that is simply the way. People who ignore mobile, man, you ignore it to your own peril and your own demise. You have got to accept the fact that people have their phone on them 24/7, 365, man. That phone is within reach, and to ignore that is just cataclysmically stupid, in my opinion. But Plank is doing something, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off, Bill. That's a kicker. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this. But using a mobile app, using the Plank mobile app, you will be able to send crypto to effectively anyone on your contact list. Now, I started asking about that hard because if there are steps that your contacts have to take, this is going to crash and burn. It's neat. It's fun. You'll build something for a group of 40 or 50 people, and then that's it. So all of your millions of dollars in development funds that you put into this are going to be absolutely pissed away. The community that supported you this whole time is going to get absolutely blown up, and but you get to say, we built a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. They're, from my discussion with them, they're kind of going the right way, meaning that I could, using their app, I could choose a cryptocurrency that I happen to hold, and I could send it to somebody on my contact list, my dad, friends, normies, people, mundanes, people who do not use crypto. And when they follow very, very simple steps, this is not hard. All right, you download the app, you hit this button, and boom, it's going to generate a wallet on your behalf, and your cryptocurrency is going to transfer from the person who knows it to the person who does not know it. But if they can pull that off, if they can keep the Web3 abstracted from it, meaning that the person on the other side of the phone doesn't have to know anything about crypto to actually utilize crypto, if they can do something like that, you have one hell of a payment processing system. But what you really have is an onboarding mechanism, Web 2 to Web 3 onboarding mechanism, without the Web 2 people even being aware that they're using Web 3. Color me interested on this. Now, I did pin them down, Bell, because that's what I do. And I said, okay, do we have a demo? Do we have a test net? Do we have anything? And they said, not yet, but it's on the roadmap. Now, you know how I feel about roadmaps. Roadmaps are wish lists. They're letters to Santa. That's what a roadmap is. It's a letter to Santa saying, I want this and this and this and this, with no real idea of how to get it there. That's what you get out of roadmaps. So I don't invest based on roadmaps. I invest based on deliverables. If they can make that work with Plank in the token, the fact that that thing is down so hard, pulled down everything. They big partnership with the AXV believed, and Plank just under delivered on this. So if you're a Plank fan, I'm giving you my opinion right now, but Plank wildly exceeded their capabilities and under-delivered. Meanwhile, the token just goes down and down and down. It pulls down anything that's touching it. That's Jackal, because Jackal is touching AXV. Plank is paired mainly with AXV. So, yeah, as one goes down, we all go down, man. That's it. We're all like firefighters out here. You go, we go. And it's kind of an issue. But if they can pull something like that off, if they can actually do it, you got me interested here, man. You got me very, very interested, because I'm trying to think, how could this synergize with Sigia? Well, Sigia will take cryptocurrency payments. So if you don't want to go through the trouble, which, by the way, we recommend that you pay with cryptocurrency. I don't care what kind. We're going to liquidate it. It's going to turn into cash. We take a portion of that cash. We buy Jackal with it, so that we are paying for your storage, because Jackal's not giving us a break. We have to pay for it every step of the way. But something like that would synergize wonderfully, absolutely wonderfully, with what we're building ourselves. And that keeps to our ethos of why we're building it, what it's going to do, the capabilities, the problem that we're solving. So I'm color me very, very interested in this if they can pull it off. Now, I did ask him, Bell. I know I took your role there for a second. I said, "Hey, can you show us something? Can you come on the live stream and show us something?" And they were at least honest about it. They said, "No, we have nothing to show right now. It's still in development." So at least they were cool about that, because we're not going to put people in the producer's chair, meaning a guest, unless they have something to show us. I'm not going to do that, man. We've been doing that for years and years and years. It's a very one-sided relationship, and I'm just not going to do that anymore. But if it's something that I'm interested in and something that I think could be good for the space as a whole, you bet. You bet. Welcome to the show. Come on, man. Let's go ahead and do this. But they're not there yet. They do have a passionate community. That's very, very important. Is it passionate enough to support that token? Clearly not. I mean, I don't even know, Bell. I haven't looked. Pull up Plank on your computer right there, PLQ. Pull it up. Pull up the 3.
I do know the ticker symbol for Plank.
Okay, pull it up and tell me the 3-month. Just tell me the degree of down. Is it 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees down over the last 33 months? That's all I want to know, Bell. So which way is it? You're on the screen, so tell the audience. How does that chart look?
Actually, over the past 3 months, they've ticked up a little bit.
No.
Yes,
No.
they are literally not doing the 30 degrees of doom.
Okay, I'll give them a round of applause. So maybe Plank is the one, man. Maybe that's the one that's holding up everything. Look, they're a mobile first, mobile centric. How can I not get behind that? All right, look, I understand this is not the way to do a crypto show and all that stuff, but it's the way that we do our crypto show. And I'm so washed out. I'm looking at my image over there, Bell. I am so utterly washed out. I need to be on the big camera, but the big camera is bricked right now because apparently the big camera became a shotgun microphone. I really should have fixed this up before 10 minutes before we were going live. I'm sorry. I was worshipping today. Hey, and you guys,
You know what?
What?
By the way, you unzipped your fly and said no one knew was going to join the stream this evening. Yeah, we do actually have Floki watching the stream, so guess what? Haha, you were wrong.
I am wrong, and let me see. Do I have a sound effect for Floki? Yes, I do, sir. Great guy, man. Tons of fun. Very, very friends of most Ren fairs. Look, they're products, man. Like everything else out here, they're products with a very, very niche audience. But yeah, if Floki's listening, here you go, brother. Sound effect just for you. Here it comes, boy.
Lick, lick, lick my balls. Yeah, say that all the time.
With a round of applause afterwards. Great guy, man. He's tons of fun. He's got that energy that is just this positive energy that people need in their lives, and he's a wonderful guy. So appreciate it, brother. Anyway, Belle, do we have anything else, or can we just babble on?
Yes, of course we have more.
Okay.
So Toot chiming in saying, I was an elven archer a few years ago. My skirt was short and everything.
Yeah, and I bet it was because you gotta. Elves, man. All right, look, I'm just saying, check your wallet. Make sure that your coin purse is still there and it's nice, strongly attached. They're thieves. All right, that's all they do, man. They're thieves. They cause mayhem, and the anti-Elven League is going to put an end to this. All right, look, I understand that we can't really realistically support and defend our borders in the mundane world, but in the fantasy kingdom that we invented, we could come down like the hammer of God on them. So we're going to make sure that they stay on their side of the fence. It's neat. I'm sure they have only elves. Belle, you like that? They have only elves broadcasting now.
Oh, come on.
Thank you very much. It's my fantasy world. I can do anything that I want in this. So yeah, only elves.
So that's why the elves are trying to form an HOA in front of the keep.
Yes, because only elves, man. They're supporting their lifestyle. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, Red-Eyed Bear, what are you currently shorting and where?
What am I shorting? Brother, look, man, I have no feel for this right now. Absolutely none. Bitcoin dominance is just absolutely in full effect out here right now. For the cosmonauts, for those of us, should I do it? I'll do it with the accent. For the cosmonauts out here. No, I don't even know what accent that was. I was going all kinds of different ways. I nailed that Matthew McConaughey, by the way, Belle. I was all over that, man. I might as well. Oh. I
Okay, and that accent is why the goblins are trying to unionize.
I ain't afraid of them. Goblin Suppression Society. All are welcome as long as you're not a goblin.
Thank you, Floki, for chiming in with that comment.
Yeah. If you're in the cosmos right now, man, you're absolutely screwed. And to prove that we simply do not know what we're doing out here or what we have going on, with the exception of the utility chains, the Stride Dex, the Hub Dex, is now going to be. They're talking it up. Apparently, it's real close to ready. Going to be launching out, because what we really need out here is a direct competitor to Osmosis. So more things that are going to absolutely hammer the ever-loving shit out of the token that is paired with effectively everything else out here. Now, I know they're trying to be nice about it. They're saying, yeah, well, we're not a competitor to Osmosis, even though we are a DEX, a decentralized exchange, which is exactly what Osmosis is. But we're different. We're different, so it's going to be okay. This is going to come down to a battle of the wills, and you guys, you really need to listen in on this one. We are beyond diluted. And every single time we get a new DEX, a new anything out here, man, it is going to further dilute the very, very limited amount of liquidity that exists out in this space. So while people are cheering over that, and basically anybody who's just absolutely bent over and butt fucked on Stride, of course they're cheering it. Yes, look at us. We're going to come up here and we're going to change the game. You're again, man, you're another solution looking for a problem. All it's going to do is dilute the shit out of everything out here. I'm 1,000,000,000% right about this, as I am about most things. I am 1,000,000,000% right. But that's the hotness right now. Look at Twitter. Dead crypto Twitter. People are crying, running, just nothing to discuss. But suddenly a new fucking DEX comes along and everybody's up and, oh my God, they're going to save it. They're going to do it. Now everything's going to change. The only thing that's going to change is your wallet value. That's the only thing that's going to change with this, man, because this is a whole nother team, a whole nother set of people that are going to have to get paid, that are sucking liquidity out of a very, very, very small pool. So, no, I'm not terribly excited about this. The idea that it's suddenly going to force, people are going to get on board of this and they're going to force liquidity back over here into the cosmos is just absolutely ludicrous. To even put that into the conversation, man, is just kind of nuts right now. So that's it, man. Again, we're Canada. Cosmos is effectively Canada. We didn't have enough of the bullshit, and we said we have to change. So what we did is come in and support and build more of the same bullshit that got us into this situation to begin with, man. I don't even know. Cosmos equals Canada. Go ahead and tweet that shit out. We'll see how that goes. Nobody will get it, but the people are going to pick up what? About what?
We need the sound effect from South Park. Blame Canada.
That'll be coming next stream, Belle. Don't you worry about that one. I'll have that one up there. All right, carry on, please.
Floki with a crypto-related question,
No
actually.
kidding. All right.
He says, I was into Pi for a while, but now it's going mainnet, and I can't get my wallet info. He did actually take down his seed phrase, but it's locked in an app on his old phone that won't open on his new one.
You got a problem, brother. Look, man, your seed phrase is the keys to the kingdom. I'm sure you're aware of this. And the one thing that you have to protect more than anything else in this crypto world is your seed phrase. So if you lost that seed phrase, you are screwed. There is no way to recover it. It cannot be done. If you have your old phone, do what you have to do. I guess I would ask, how much are we talking about? Because if it's millions of dollars, yeah, I'm sure something can be done. If it's a couple $100, bro, look, I'll personally square you up.
He says, it's whatever, 80K sitting there, but I'm not out any money.
Oh, okay. Well, I hit the wrong button. All right. No sweat, man. If not, look, dude, if you need some more deeper insight into this shit and the way it works and what we're doing and how we're doing it and all that other stuff, it's not like you don't know us. It's not like you're not in a Discord chat with us. So we'll take care of you, anything that we can.
And actually, if depending on what phone system he was using, I have an idea. So definitely hit us up after the stream's done.
All right. And carry on, Belle.
Okay, so G Torres, fragmentation of DEX liquidity sounds like a terrible idea. Stride, No shame, money grab.
It's always been, dude. That's all it's always been. Look, man, you guys know I'm not a huge LSD person. LSD, liquid staking derivatives. I'm not a huge LSD fan, man. I never have been. I don't own it. I don't participate in that shit. It's creating money from nothing. And anybody who is kind of aware of this realizes that you can't create money from nothing. All right. Currency, wealth, value is produced. It's not minted. We've tried that in the U.S. and now look at what we are, $37 trillion worth of debt. It doesn't work that way, and it doesn't work that way in crypto, no matter how much we wish it would. So I've never been a fan of that, but I can add. That's the whole thing, man. Look, I have no great insight on how these things are built. I can't write a smart contract. I have no goddamn idea, but I do know how business is conducted, and I know how wealth is created. And it's not minted. It's not printed. All right? It is earned. You have to solve a problem that consumers will flock to and pay for your solution. Another DEX is not the way out here. I don't even care. Well, yeah, it's going to be EVM, and yeah. It doesn't matter, man. Look, this is crypto-wide. This isn't a Cosmos issue. This is a goddamn everything issue right now. So it just seems like we're going out of our way to take, raising our dying hand from the grave to reach across to the other grave to try to pull liquidity out of a place that it doesn't exist in either. We are in the consumer acquisition phase right now. And the only way you're going to get the consumers is in Web 2. That's it. Everything else up here is polishing the brass on the Titanic. We have to build consumer apps, Web 2 facing consumer apps that solve a problem or provide a convenience for Web 2 customers, and they can never know that they're using crypto. Crypto is nothing but a stigma. It is literally an anchor around your neck. As soon as you go out and you start talking to your normal friends about cryptocurrency, watch your eyes just glaze over and tune off. If they continue listening to you, it's because they like you. It's not because they care. You have to show them. We are in the look what we can do stage. And so far, very few people are saying, look what we can do. They're saying, buy my token, pump my bag, exit liquidity. In fact, I'll even take that a step further. These big altcoin pumps that people are dreaming of, man, they're never going to come. All right, this is not going to happen now because you have some embedded crypto people, myself, Bell, Toot, Floki. You have all of these embedded crypto people, man, that are so far down on every single asset that they own basically across the board that when they start getting little 10, 15, 20% pumps, people are going to start realizing profit on all this stuff. And the only thing left out here in this fucking space are people that are waiting to try to realize profits. So this big dream liquidity surge that you're talking about, man, it ain't coming. And even if it kind of did, we would destroy it ourselves just to get out of this shit. Why? And it feels weird that I'm the only one discussing this, man, when it is so goddamn obvious. People are just waiting to exit their positions. You have some diehards. You have Toot with Cardano. You have me with Jackal and Akash. You have Bell with the ones that she's interested in. We're the diehards. All right, we'll stick it out because we see a bigger vision, but we see a potential for all of this shit. Everything else out here, you got to get into the mind of the Web3 consumer. 80% of them don't even have wallets. They exist solely on a central exchange. They have no idea the ethos of crypto because we don't talk about it, and we have fucking annihilated it with the ETFs and the quick money grabs and the meme coins and the look at Solana and all that other shit. We absolutely destroyed the very ethos of crypto, and we did it with our own fucking greed. So as far as all this big fresh wave of liquidity, babe, it ain't coming. You can cut rates, it ain't coming. You can you can just I'm literally at a loss for words. I'm trying to find a way to phrase this. But everything that you hoped for, you got. And the market's in the fucking tank. Everything you wanted, you received. And all it did was bleed, bleed, bleed. So I have to ask, what do you want now? Because the only answer I ever get is more liquidity. Buy my token, pump my bag. But nobody can ever say why. The why is because you want to use them and get the fuck out of here. Just be honest about it. Anyway, I'm sorry, mini rant. Bell, please carry on. Nobody rates my
You know what?
rants
And
anymore.
no one's rating. Yeah, I was about to say.
And that was a good one. Nobody rates these things anymore. You guys, I'm losing them, Bell. We have to go live more. Maybe that's the problem. We have to come on here and just fire away more often. I did an amp video today, Bell, because MasterCard has set up and they're going to start embracing stablecoins, using stablecoins on MasterCard rails. It's the very, very logical. 1.1 billion people use MasterCard. And I made an amp video and I was talking about that. It got 23 views. Amp video. On this channel, and I'm the only one making amp videos. It got 23 views. Man, we are dead out here as far as crypto broadcasters. We are absolutely dead. We ain't coming back. Bell, please carry on.
All right. So, Toot, we need liquidity flowing in from non-crypto people. We were just having a conversation about this on a Cardano X space earlier. Sigia not revealing its hand that it is crypto and providing value for a Web 2 person is key.
And I look, I don't see any other way. By the way, I got some new updates for Sigia. I'll share them with you guys. I'm not going to make videos anymore, man. People don't care. But I will show them on. Yeah, man, that thing's looking great, man. That dashboard is looking great. Very, very tip top. But yeah, that's it. The only way you're going to do something in this space is with utility and is with products and is with apps. And it's everything that we've been advocating for. Me and Bella have been advocating out here for years and years and years. I simply don't see another way. I'm sure we can come up with a new way to squeeze dimes out of nickels. It's going to benefit the founders of these things and nobody else. But aside from that, man, look, it was an experiment that we fucked up. It didn't blow up. All right. We blew it up. That's kind of the difference. Everybody got stupid. Everybody got greedy. Everybody says it's all about moving tokens from point A to point B. And nobody is coming up here saying that we're solving problems. The ethos of blockchain is dead. We absolutely blew this up. So, yeah, if you can't find a way to penetrate Web 2, to offer them solutions, products, things that they cannot get in Web 3, or aspects of it that they simply can't get in Web 3 or in Web 2, then that's it, man. This is all going to swirl the drain bit by bit. I'm in what I'm in because these are the things that can do exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I'm in what I'm in. But as far as the rest of it, 99% of cryptocurrencies and blockchains and all these, they literally do not need to exist. They're an anchor hanging around the neck of every single person that owns a single cryptocurrency out here because they're all interconnected now. So anyway, that's you're absolutely right, Toot. I 100% agree. I hope Cardano starts doing something like that. And if you tell me about the products, Toot, that are doing things like this, I promise you we're going to talk about them, and that's all we're looking for. And we're like a hog rooting for truffles because we just can't find them. Carry on, Belle.
All right, so I'm gonna read the rant rankings really quick, and then there's a few comments from somebody that I will read. And hang on to your tail ends, people. Okay. So Divergent Dan gave you a 9 out of 10 on that one. Andrew Grote gave you a 5.5 out of 10 at best.
Dude.
Says that's not even fired up.
Okay, he wanted harder. I get it.
G Torres, yep, 9 out of 10 rant. Not the rant most want to believe, but the medicine they should take to move forward.
And the funny thing is that the sooner that we realize that we're sick, the sooner we can begin the healing. We don't even realize that we're sick. Some of us do. We realize that we're in a very bad place out here. But you can't start the healing until you admit that you have a problem. And for some reason, crypto simply will not admit they have a problem. But we have a fucking big one. All right, Belle, go ahead and finish it up.
All right, so these last several comments are coming in from Mike C, a.k.a. Airdrop Mike NFTs.
Okay.
You're correct, but some of us are going to keep investing Passage. It's going to be a winner. I don't give a damn Flex is down. I don't give a damn all these other tokens are down. I came here for a reason. I'm going to show everybody with entities. I'm going to show everybody with decentralized platforms. I'm going to show all you old fuckers how to do it. Yeah, we're coming. The year is 2027. How many times you got to keep telling y'all we are accumulating at the moment? The real people are gathering the proper resources to make this possible and sustainable. I'm going to take this one.
Okay, because Bill, I just
Oh,
unsnapped my gun belt there. So go ahead.
nope, 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 nope. Mike, you can believe in Passage all you want. It is not a product that either Scott or I are into. Will it have value in the future? Yeah, maybe. Currently, because it is not useful to us, we don't talk about it much here. That doesn't mean it's a bad product, but it's just not for us. Two, okay? You cannot have a unilateral view of investing. You have got to be diversified. We don't tell you what to invest in. You do you, bro. Okay? You want to invest in Passage? That's fine. But don't come on my show critiquing Scott and myself for not investing in your product as of this moment, because it just isn't for us.
I'll go ahead and I'll carry on that one a little bit. Mike, look, brother, I love what you're doing, man. I love that you're hustling. I love that you're out there hitting it. I've used Passage. We literally did a live stream on Passage. We didn't get any views, but that could probably says more about us than the actual product itself. I've hit up Lex multiple times. Please come on the show, man. Let's talk this up. I want to see your vision going forward, not what you're building right now, but where you see it in 5 years. How you're going to monetize it. I've asked, I've begged, I've done all this stuff, and I've gotten completely blown off, man. It's fine. Like I said, we're not a big show. People want big shows. There aren't any. All right, that ship has sailed. All right, there aren't any. I think it's neat, and I'm just going to kind of leave it there. Do I believe it's investable? Not until I see a price plan for it. That's the whole thing. We're building. But you've got to show me the path to monetization on this, and I'm just not seeing it, bro. So I think it's neat. I think it's fun. I love the different worlds. I asked, I was going to finance somebody to build me one very, very specific. And Toot, you'll like this. Bell, you'll like this. From the movie The Warriors. And you remember Cyrus up there in the park, up there on the stage, just ranting, "Can you dig it?" I wanted that. I said, look, I'll pay for someone to build that for me because we'll stream from there. It'll be fun. I'm just my little floating Cyrus up there at center stage until somebody shoots me. But I couldn't get any interest in that. My job is entertainment and information, man. And anything I can do to show off a product, I'm going to show off a product. It just seems like every time I try to get anywhere near Passage, I get roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So yeah, brother, look, man, you do you. I hope you make a fortune on this. If I actually see a way for this thing to be monetized, for the token to have a purpose, that realize that people are going to pay to use this because it's so goddamn cool, I'm all over it. But every time I ask those questions, man, I get simply, I get fluff. And this is not a fluff kind of show, man. This is a dollars and cents kind of shows. Tell me now, Mike, you're well invested in this, man. Tell me, how much will you charge me to set up my own Passage world so that I can live stream from it? Tell me how much it'll cost. Tell me how much of that cost is going to go over to the token itself, buybacks, burns, whatever it's going to be, so that you're utilizing it on the network that you built. Show me all of these things. If I think it could be fun, profitable, entertaining, I'm there. But every time I ask these questions, I get nothing. I get fluff. I get, just wait. You're going to see. It's going to be great. Brother, we've been waiting and just waiting to see how great everything out here is going to be for fucking years. And open your crypto wallet right now and tell me how happy you are about it. There's got to be a point where a product will generate revenue. That's all I'm asking on this one is at what point will this product generate revenue? If you want to go to bat for us, if you want to get some of the Passage guys over here on the stream, we'll have the conversation. But these are going to be the questions. Just, I want to make sure that's out there in front. These are going to be the questions. If you give the right answers, if you can show it, if you can prove it, I promise you people are going to buy that goddamn token because people want to invest in something that's going to be profitable. This shit is not fucking hard. But all we ever get are dodges on 90% of this shit.
Oh, 2027. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 2027 might be the roadmap, but roadmaps at this point in this space are vapor. Show me the steps you are taking to meet that milestone, and maybe you'd have a bit of interest.
I'm offering you money to use your product. Build me the world. I will pay for it. I will pay to use it. I will pay for all of this shit. Just give me a price and tell me where the money goes. That's it. That's all I'm asking for on this. It's what I've been asking for a goddamn year, and I can never seem to get an answer. I wish you guys...
And he's firing back. Okay, if you're asking me as an investor, it is going to be the year 2027. I told you already, this is the year of accumulation. This is the year of people who believed in the project. Elon Musk is getting more people onto the internet at the moment. We are getting more people onto the internet. We're getting more people interactive at the moment. We're actually putting in the ground. Okay. You are suffering from a condition called hopium. Do your research, man. Back up your investments with facts. Because if you don't, that's how you get burned.
Is that what we're doing, Bill? Are we pivoting into hostility right now? Because I was in a great mood before we started on this. And Mike,
he's the one that came on our show and started dropping all this, started calling everyone in our audience old fuckers.
Oh yeah, I did see boomers.
I do take offense to that. Oh no, he didn't drop the word boomers. He called everyone old fuckers. Sorry, but you don't get away with that without firing me up. And I'm usually the nice one.
There you go. So if you guys want to clip the rant, that's a rant. I'm offering you money. I will give you money to use your product. Please tell me how. That's it. I don't think I could be any clearer on this one, man. I will pay you money to use your product. If you could show me what that money's going for, what do I get? Do I get a return on my investment? Because I'm offering you cash. All right, USDC, but it's, you guys know. I'm offering you cash to use your product. Please let me do something for us. I think it would be a hoot. I think the audience would enjoy it. I think it'd be fun. They can roam around. They can see the cool worlds that are being built on the Halo engine. I think it would be neat. I will give you money if you will give me a product. And please understand what I'm asking for, because this is the way forward for all of this. Everything is products people pay to use. How simple is that? All right. Anyway, Bill, I think we're probably over time. I didn't mean to go. I don't know if anybody's watching. Wow, we still got some people.
Oh, we've got people.
Okay, go ahead and whatever's next, Bill. Go ahead.
All right, so we've actually got several comments. We've got Red Eyed Bear. Okay, Bella rant, 10 out of 10. Toot, 10 out of 10 on Bella's rant. Divergent Dan saying fired up. Yeah, there's a reason. Don't insult my people.
You know what? That's bullshit. How come Bella gets 10s? Nobody gives me fucking 10s, man. And
because I just completely lost my shit, and that's unusual.
I'm like, what's his name, man? From Chronicles of Riddick. It's not enough for me to just win the argument. I have to take your soul. Then I'll take your soul. That's what I want to do. I don't get 10s. Bella starts losing her shit for the first time in a long time, and she gets 10s across the board. This is bullshit. This is sexism. This is sexism. I lost control of my own fucking show. All right, Belle, whatever's next, go.
All right, yeah. Mike, see, these people always get irritated when I start commenting. No, I get irritated when you call everyone on my channel old fuckers. So, yeah, you're number one.
Wow, Mike, you made a friend, dude. Hey, you know what? Scott at ThePodocasts.com or hit me up. When you guys can give me a price schedule, just tell me how much and to deliver what I want. I will bring your product on live streams day after day after day. You're all about visibility, right? I will give you visibility. It's not a lot of visibility, but who knows? This might actually catch on. I think we're in kind of put up or shut up mode. So there you go, Mike. Go ahead, Belle.
Red-eyed Bear. Bella, do you enjoy a glass of whiskey on the show as well? Normally, yes. The bad part is I did kill off my bottle of Jefferson's Ocean, and I forgot to bring a new bottle up to my office with me. So I'm actually, yeah,
Bella,
I'm dry.
Bella does indulge, and as a matter of fact, I have video of. You can't see the chair next to me because my other camera isn't working, but I actually have video of Belle rolling her eyes back, falling off this chair, hitting the stage, rolling again, and she just kept rolling and winding up on the studio floor. So if anybody would like some visibility on that one, Bella at thepodcast.com. If she chooses to share it, it's completely up to you. But yes, she pleads the fifth of Jack. Belle does get around. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
That was actually the last one.
Perfect, as we're over time. You know what, guys? I'm going to put a personal plug in here. I would certainly appreciate it if you could inspire me a little bit. I'm having trouble. I've been doing World of Warships. It's been a game I've been playing forever and ever. This is not the face of crypto. It's not the face of online gaming or any of that other stuff. But for some reason, I keep trying on it. Bad World of Warships. It's a new channel I spun up over on the YouTube. I would love it if you could just pop over there and subscribe. I don't care if you watch the videos. I do care. But if you could just subscribe. I'm starting to lose hope, man. This is tough. This is tough going all the way back again. But for some reason, I keep starting over. The reason that we're doing what we're doing in between the horror movies, the horror movie streams that we do on OmniFlix and the gaming streams and all that stuff is outreach. All right. We live in a bubble. Crypto lives in an absolute bubble, and we have to break out. So the way that we're going to break out is by bringing content out to lots of different areas. That's how we break out. And once they like you, me, Belle, once they like us, then they're probably more willing to listen to what we have to say about cryptocurrency. So that's why we're doing it. But I do need some help over there, man. There's some really, really good gamers. I'm not one of them. I give very good monologue. I give very good commentary, not so much good gameplay. So, but if you could help me out, I would certainly appreciate it. I don't ask for much, man. If you guys could help us out, help me out, I would certainly appreciate it. Anyway, Belle, go ahead. Talk us up. Talk us out. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be live tomorrow night unless something breaks. If anything breaks, we're going to be live tomorrow night. If it doesn't, we're going to be back on live on Thursday, and we'll get Eric or Joe or somebody else out here. Me and Joe want to have a go at Shadur Sanders. Him going, what was it, Belle? What did he go? 144? 144 in the draft. We have some opinions on this, and if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, one of our employees is a huge Cleveland Browns fan, so I get to bust his balls.
I'm sorry, Paul.
Paul,
not really.
You might be seeing him getting some game time this year, man. When you look at their quarterback stable between Watson and Flacco and all this other shit, you might actually be seeing him getting some game time this year. So we have a lot of opinions, and we would like to bring you a sports. We'd like to bring you sports if you guys are interested. So Wednesday or Thursday will be a very interesting stream. Please tune in. We'd appreciate it. Anyway, Belle, talk us up. Take us out.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you throw our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on Thursday night at least with our normal show at 6 p.m. Central Standard. If you guys, in between now and Thursday, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you guys enough, and we'll see you next time.
Hang on, I forgot where the end show button is. I haven't been at her for a while.
we are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com.